Handout 5, we're going to start talking about percent of change, and it's basically kind of what it sounds like. It describes the change over time by either an increase or decrease. So it can be solved by using this percent proportion, which we're already used to. So we always know we have the 100 with the percent on top. And then this one is the new part right here. And we have the top part is the change. And then the bottom is the original. So change can be represented by the difference. So you know difference means to subtract. So that means that we're going to take the new and the original values and then subtract them. And then I'm going to write subtract up here, and you might want to too. Let's see here. To remind yourself that on the top part of the fraction, change means to subtract. And then the bottom always has to be the original. And you have to think of that as what happens first in real life. And I'll talk about what that means. I can't get that to write what happens first. But if you're listening, you can hear what I'm saying. So you should write what happens first. Okay. So we'll do a couple problems so you can kind of understand what that means. And then we're supposed to round these to the nearest tenths because we're talking about money. So a gallon of milk cost $2.79 in 2000. In 2015, it cost $3.98. So the price has increased. So the original price you would write down is $2.79, and then the new price is $3.98. So the change is when you subtract them. So if you go ahead and subtract them, you should get $1.19. I don't know why that thing is there. Okay, and then the percent proportion that you would write would be your 100, and we don't know the percent. We're trying to figure out what percent change there was. The change is $1.19, so that goes up on top. And then down below is always your original. Well, that is what happened first. So you got to go back and look at the problem, and 2000 comes first before 2015. So we use the $2.79. And then you cross multiply and divide like we're used to. And it should come out as 42.7% because it said to round to the nearest tenth. Now, is that an increase or decrease? That would be, whoa, and increase. So I'm just going to put an I there. Okay, go ahead and do the next ones and see if you can do them on your own. So go ahead and pause the video. So I went ahead and filled these out. You can check yours. And then the change is on top, so we have to do 0.50. And then the original 2000 comes first that year, so the $3 would go on the bottom. And when you cross multiply and divide, you get 16.7%. And that is actually a decrease because the pizza went down from $3 to $2.50. So it's a 50-cent decrease. But when they're asking for the percent of decrease, the overall price went down 16.7%. Okay, and then the last one, if you did it correctly, your answer should have been 29.9%, and that should have been an increase. Your 245 would have been on top, and your 820 would have been on the bottom. But hopefully you went ahead and filled all that in. Okay, so I'm going to have you play this game with someone tomorrow. So you'll be the X's and your partner will be the O's, and you're going to use this every time and show it. But actually, I want you to try one more problem, So I'm going to make it up and I'll kind of try to write it off here to the side. But let's say that this year we had 105 students, and that's this year. And last year we had, I'm just making this up, 145 students. So tell me the percent change in students from last year to this year. And make sure you let me know if it's a positive or if it's an increase or decrease. So bring that back to class tomorrow.